I don't know. I'm not dancing.
नमस्ते, मेरे चैनल में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मेरा नाम मायो है ना पेरू मायो। 21 तारीख अक्टूबर में जापान में RRR मूवी रिलीज होने वाला है। ये उसके लिए राजमौली सर, डायरेक्टर NTR सर और रामचरण सर सब जापान में आए हुए हैं और फिर उन लोगों से मैं इंटरव्यू करने जा रही हूँ। मैं बहुत ही नर्वस हूँ अभी, लेकिन अच्छे से इंटरव्यू करने के लिए पूरी कोशिश करूंगी। चलते हैं।
Hello.
नमस्कारम।
Hi.
Brahman made this world, but you guys made RRR.
All respect for him, he's the Brahma.
So please sit.
Rajamouli san.
Japanese भी सीख लिया, बढ़िया बढ़िया।
अबे वो हिंदी माట్లాడేస్తున్నారు.
हिंदी तन हिंदी माట్లాడదు. बदतमीजी करने के लिए माफ कीजिएगा। म्यूजिक अचानक आ गया तो शरीर अपने
Amazing, you gave an action pose in
I
there.
know. So namaskaram.
नमस्कार.
Now Peru Mayo. I'm a Hindi speaking Japanese.
Wow.
Telugu तो थोड़ा सा ही है. Hindi speaking Japanese YouTuber with 1.8 subscribers from India.
Oh,
Wow.
So thanks to my fans, I'm here interviewing such a huge stars. So I'm very excited and want to thank my subscribers as well. And that is
なペルかけたく
he's a dancer, singer, and videographer as well. How have you been in Japan? Are you enjoying Japan?
Yeah, I mean, I love Japan. I was only seeing Japan through my YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
And it was in my wish list for a very, very
Wow,
long time.
That's great. Have you had any Japanese food since
Of
you
course,
arrived?
I mean, yeah, since we were kids, we were enjoying sushi. But,
Oh, nice.
But now as we are in the land of sushi,
Yes?
the sushi definitely tastes completely different.
Okay, I'm glad.
It's like having biryani in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely different in India.
But I was worried about you because in one of the video I found you saying, I love spicy food. But
Yeah, the
Japanese-
wasabi is good spice for me.
Oh, you know wasabi.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so just in case you need more spice, I have a souvenirs for you.
七味
So that's a mixture of Japanese masala.
わさび
Oh, thank you.
からし
Thank you so much. I know about these two, but what is that?
Yeah, this is mustard.
Yeah, Japanese
Mustard.
mustard.
Okay.
So
Nice. Thank you.
today,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, missing Indian food, we'll use this.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah, this can be
Japanese
used
spice.
in Indian food, but not in
Yes.
Japanese food. I don't want to spoil the taste of sushi using all this.
Well, you can try something
Absolutely.
new. You know, create something new. So let's talk about RRR. So I watched RRR in India in the theater, and I was blown away. I was constantly screaming because it was so exciting. And one of the great things about RRR is that some scenes, some actions are logically impossible, but it's believable because it's delivered so well. So Rajamouli sir, what's the secret to make impossible actions so believable?
I like seeing impossible things on screen. I like heroism. I like my heroes to do things that make people go, wow. Doing that is not difficult when you have actors like this who are very good with action, who are very good with acting. Getting that on screen is not difficult. I have to torture them a lot. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I will torture them. But what's important thing is like in the writing. In the writing, you should make audience feel I want my hero to do something extraordinary at this point of time. So there is a lot of build up to that scene. You have to emotionally engage the audience and pep them up, to be there. So the secret is not in the action itself, how you go into that action.
Wow.
Yeah, build them. Yeah.
Interesting. And as you said, you tortured both do. And yes, the actions are so good, but watching it, I feel like, okay, how did you shoot this action? It must be so painful, so hard, so difficult. So what was the most difficult scene?
I think both of us worked with him before,
Yes?
and we always did our fights ourselves. But as the budgets are increasing, the risks are bigger
Yeah,
now. I
yes.
thought he'll give us a body double.
Oh,
But it didn't happen.
I
Not
wasn't
that
worried
he
about the
didn't
body
see.
double. I thought he's going to, because now that Rajamouli has got a lot of budget,
Yeah.
post Bahubali, and he's excelled in VFX. I thought there were going to be VFX guys
At least,
fighting
yeah.
it out there at least. Head replacements and all.
But the thing is,
Fortunately, didn't
before we come onto the sets, he would have done all the fight sequence, wearing the ropes. He would have done it himself.
wow.
So,
Seriously?
or just when we enter the sets, we see him do it, and now we're like, shit, now we can't say anything. We have to automatically do it.
That's a great trick.
That's the smartest trick.
Yeah. But there was no double at any point.
0 doubles.
Maybe a few,
Yeah.
maybe
A
a
few.
little,
Extreme
few
long
extreme
shot.
long shots where he felt that, okay, the heroes really don't need to do this. Other than that, I think everything, all the stunts, what we performed in RRR were done by us. And I think that's the reason why
Yeah.
you guys are feeling what you're feeling today.
Yeah, very authentic. And
Yes.
wow, must be very hard.
I think in terms of action, this was definitely the hardest in our individual careers and us together as well. It was the toughest. It really demanded a lot. We had to be physically very
Yes.
fit. We need to have that levels of endurance to deliver what you're seeing today.
Wow. Speaking of physically hard, we love Natu Natu dance. I actually saw the interview video that you said you picked 3-4 choreographies out of 100 choreographies the choreographer prepared. And as a result, Natu Natu was a big hit. I was wondering, what were the other choreographies, but more importantly, what was the key deciding factor to pick those 3-4 choreography sequences?
Two things is like, for me, when I saw that, that choreography has something to do with these two guys know each other so well. Even with their eyes closed, they can understand what the second guy is doing. No, the choreography has to show something like that. That is first thing. And second thing is like, when people see that, people should feel like, let's do this. Whether they're friends, whether they
Yes.
are brothers, whether they are mother and daughter, father and son. No, they should feel like, let's try this thing. Let's try this thing. They should feel like that. Those are the two things that I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's difficult, but not too difficult.
Not too
to
difficult,
Try.
not-
Yeah, that's a very
Yeah.
fine line.
Yeah.
But I actually have one complaint, sir, about the choreography.
Yeah.
So after dancing it, since the choreography is heavily based on left leg, the left leg gets so tired, don't you think?
Of course.
And then
I don't know. I'm not dancing.
Yeah, when I saw you both dance, my legs were still aching. My legs started aching again.
And then I watched Magadira as well, and your dance in Magadira is also heavily depending on the left leg. है ना?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. बस बस ठीक है. बस करो यार. I hope in future, whenever you pick the choreography,
Pick
if
the right
you
leg.
can- Yeah, right
Right
leg.
leg.
Because now it's a social media era, so everyone tries dance. If you keep making choreo with the left leg, then balance will be lost. But it was good. And
Thank you.
guys danced
I'll
so
tell my
well.
choreographer, both the songs were done by the same choreographer. I'll tell him to put more on the right.
About Indian movies as a whole, now international audiences love Indian movies as well, and as an Indian industry, I mean, there's so many kinds of movies in each area, in each language. And for us, it's nice to know. Okay, this is Bollywood, this is Telugu, this is Tamil, and there are uniqueness in each
Yes.
movies. But still, it's kind of difficult to differentiate or define them. Rajamouli-san, in your opinion, what's the uniqueness in a Telugu movie?
It's quite difficult, but in general, I think all movies are the same. You want to go to the cinema, forget your life, and involve yourself with the story that is happening on the screen. You want to empathize with the characters. live with their emotions for 3 hours or whatever. And if possible, carry the warmth of the film in your heart and go home and get on with your life. I feel that is what the film is. If I have to take one thing special about Telugu films is like they really like to enjoy it in the theater itself. They want every scene to be like to the best of that scene, to the maximum of the scene. So it's a maximalist experience that they would like in the theater. I'm like that at least. So that's how I make films.
Interesting. This might be a bit controversial, so if you don't want to answer it, that's
It's okay,
fine.
okay.
I'll delete the whole part. But in the last ending song of RRR, there were Indian freedom fighters shown in the song, and I was actually surprised that Gandhiji was not there. And for Japanese people, we actually learn about Gandhiji in history textbook, and we all know him. But quite frankly, we don't know other freedom fighters in India. Although there are, for example, Chandra Bose-ji came to Japan, and there was temple about him as well. But still, it's not common knowledge.
Yeah.
So I feel it's important to address this because for most Japanese people, when they first saw the movie, they don't know what the song is about.
Yeah.
So may I ask, why did you prioritize other freedom fighters over Gandhiji?
That's the exact reason that you said.
Yeah.
There are so many freedom fighters in India who gave up their lives, without caring a little bit about their personal these things. And people like Bhagat Singh or Allur Sitaram Raju, who was played by Charan, they gave up their lives in their 20s. Bhagat Singh was 21 when he died. Allur Sitaram Raju was 24 when he died. So there were so many freedom fighters, and no one knows about them. Of course, Gandhiji was a great leader. He was the person who united the whole country, who brought the country onto one common platform. But there are so many other leaders whom no one knows. So when I thought when there is a song. Let's bring some leaders, whom
New information to
new
the
information,
audience.
new information. Just today, I was talking to my distributor and said, I didn't know about the leaders that you showed in the last song, so I was reading about them. So that is the exact thing that we wanted. I wanted people to know about other people's also. And other thing is, I was making a story about revolutionaries. There were different methodologies that they were adopted by the leaders in attaining the freedom for the country. And Gandhiji's was a non-violent movement. But there are many leaders who thought, freedom is your birthright, let's fight for it. So because it's about the story was about the leaders like that, I thought, okay, let's have the stories about some leaders who had revolution in their heart, who were revolutionaries at heart. So that's the reason.
Interesting. Thank you so much for answering such a bit controversial questions.
No, it's not so controversial.
Okay, good. I'm relieved. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So can we take photos?
Absolutely.
Yes, of course. Okay, right.
Back. 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you come on. One second, you take a picture. Come. Your team. Yeah, this one.
Can I do this?
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
तो मुझे लगता है इंटरव्यू ठीक से हो गया। मतलब राजामौली सा, NTR सा, रामचरण सा सब बहुत अच्छे थे, बहुत दयालु थे कि मैं बहुत ही नर्वस हो गई थी, लेकिन बहुत स्माइल के साथ मेरे सवालों के जवाब दिए हैं उन्होंने, तो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। वैसे मेरे लिए ये यूट्यूबर जिंदगी में सबसे बड़ा इवेंट था कि इतने बड़े बड़े स्टार्स और डायरेक्टर से इंटरव्यू करना मेरे लिए पहली बार थी, तो मैं काफ़ी नर्वस हो गई। मैं 2 हफ्ते से बहुत नर्वस थी, लेकिन मुझे पता नहीं ठीक से इंटरव्यू कर पाई कि नहीं, लेकिन जितने मैं कर सकती थी उतना तो मैंने कर लिया। तो काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है अभी। और कल से RRR जापान में रिलीज होगा और मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ बहुत ज़्यादा जापानीज लोग ये मूवी देखेंगे, क्योंकि ये तो बहुत बढ़िया मूवी है। और मैं भी कल एक मूवी थिएटर में RRR फिर से देखने जाऊंगी। दरअसल तेलुगु और जापानीज सबटाइटल में RRR देखना मेरे लिए पहली बार होगी। मैंने इंडिया में देखी थी पर्दे पर, वो हिंदी डब में मैंने देखी है, और उसके बाद नेटफ्लिक्स में भी हिंदी डब में देख रही थी, क्योंकि हिंदी डब ही अवेलेबल था। लेकिन कल तो तेलुगु और जापानीज सबटाइटल में देख सकूंगी, तो वो एक नया अनुभव होगा। तो मैं बहुत उत्साहित हूँ। आज के लिए इतना ही। अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब जरूर कीजिए। तो मेरे वीडियो देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और देखने वाले मुझे यहाँ तक लाने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और फिर मिलेंगे। बाय बाय।